Hey guys, what's up? Today I want to share with you the words of Bradley Whitford. He once said, "Infuse your life with action. Don't wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Make your own future. Make your own love. And whatever your beliefs, honor your creator. Not by passively waiting for grace to come down from up high, but by doing what you can to make grace happen yourself right now, right down here on the earth." So I'm your friend Mayur Dipan, and today we will see to its possibilities right here on Future
Let's
Talks. Today we will talk about the transit of Jupiter. So key things to see is in which sign the planet is transiting. Second, the period of transit and retrogression. Third, what are the effects of this transit on various signs as per ascendant? So, first of all, we will see in which sign the planet is transiting. So, the transit of Jupiter is like this, that Jupiter is transiting from Libra. Here you can see on the screen, it is placed on the 7 number on the chart. It was here, recently it has changed its position and has gone to 8th sign, which is a Scorpio sign. Now the lord of Scorpio is Mars, and the Scorpion sign represents the water element, and Mars have basic friendly compatibility with Jupiter. The Jupiter has entered on 11th of October 2018, and Jupiter then entered its own dual-natured last of fire sign Sagittarius. Here in the chart, you will see it will reach in its ninth, its own sign on the very much March in the next year 2019. Then the Jupiter turns retrograde from April 11, and from April 23 Jupiter re-enters Scorpio, and then Jupiter becomes direct in Scorpio from 12th August, and Jupiter again enters the fire sign on the 5th of November 2019. Now, the transit of Jupiter is that every planet has two qualities. It affects the houses where it sits. Now see in the chart, the Jupiter is placed in the 8th house as per the ascendant 1, that is Aries. So now, where it is sitting, it will affect that house, and second, it will affect those houses also where it aspects. So first is Jupiter is always having 3 aspects. Every planet has a single aspect that is 7th from its own position, but Jupiter is having an extra quality of having 2 more aspects, that is 5th and 9th aspect. So you this sitting here is watching at the 12th house by its 5th aspect, then is watching to the 7th house, 7th aspect to the 2nd house, and then by its 3rd aspect to the 4th house of the chart. So even when it will get retrograde, it has a unique quality that unlike other planets, Jupiter give effect of the house where it gets retrograde, not of the previous house. So when we talk about Aries, for Aries, Jupiter is in the 8th house, and we are talking here about the ascendant Aries. So for Aries, 9th and 12th house is the ruling sign of the Jupiter, and 9th house is of luck and 12th house is for the expenditure. The Jupiter transiting to the 12th position from its own sign. Here I want to explain this to you, that 9th house, which is the own sign, which own house of Jupiter, but the Jupiter is placed here at the 8th position. So it is 12th from its own position. When you count from 9, it will go in this direction, and coming back here, you will find it at the 12th position from its own main major sign. So what it represents? it represents that it is a wastage of luck, because ninth house represents luck, and from its aspect to the fifth house, it will give you a benefit of expenditure. In what form? That you will spend money, but that expenditure will turn out to be good to you in the coming future. And the next aspect that it is looking to the next house, which is the second house, is the house of money, house of family, and it will improve that too. And the third aspect is towards the fourth house, which is house of mother comforts, and it will provide you comforts while sitting over here. So if we will look at the brief description of this transit, you will see that the eighth house, which is we compare with the cremation ground, and further the Jupiter, which is represented as the deity, and which is represented as the teachers of the deity, that is our Jupiter, and their combination will be quite obnoxious, that it will become an occult master. So when you will see its pros, you will find some benefits, that for Aries there are less chances of accident. This is good to study occultism. Those who are interested in occultism, your planet has come in the 8th house, you can go for it. Third benefit, that is the expenditure will be at the right place. As I told you earlier, due to aspect of Jupiter towards the 12th house here, you will spend money, but that will benefit you. Then the benefit is the stability of family life. Here, this is the house of family, so the good aspect of Jupiter will benefit your family life. You know one thing, that Jupiter is having the quality that where it sits, it is sitting over here, it will reduce the good benefits of here. But wherever it aspects, it will increase the good benefits of that place. So he's looking at here on the second house, it will give you great rise in your family. Then the health of mother will remain good, as it is aspecting the fourth house. Further, now we talk about the cons of our master that has become occult. So the first con is the less chance of getting inheritance. Now your inheritance master is sitting in the house of cremation, so there are least chances of getting any inheritance. Most importantly, there you will have a less support from your elders, because the Jupiter, which represents the elder people, are not in favor of you. Then the depreciation in the income level, because Jupiter represents money, gold. So whenever you will you want accumulated money, that like your bank deposits, your shares and debentures that you're continuing to have from a long time, not the daily income, that will go down. There will be depreciation in that. Further, instability in the property matters. You're not getting inheritance, you're not getting property, so there is always an instability. And most importantly, you will be suffering a bad luck. Why? Because of the 12th position from its luck house. So this is the main analysis for the Aries. Now, retrograde effect. Whenever it will go retrograde for some 20 to 30 days within, there will be a loss of luck for the Aries people. Then we go to Taurus. Taurus, is the sign of Venus, and it is not having cordial relation with Jupiter. They both are the teachers, and Venus is the teachers of the devil, and Jupiter is the teacher of deities. So when it is going to be placed in the 7th house, here you can see in the chart, you can see here it is placed in the 7th house. So he is the lord of 8th and 11th house here. So being a house, he's having the lordship, he's the master of bad houses. 8th house is considered bad as per astrology, 11th house is also considered bad because it is full of materialism. And materialism, as per astrology, is not good. And most importantly, your own ascendant is having bad relation with Jupiter. So when we talk about it, you considered a bad transit for it. It will aspect at different houses. As we know, it has three aspects. So it will aspect at the 11th house. It will also make an aspect towards your ascendant and towards the third house. And now, if we go briefly towards the prediction of it, then we will see that what seventh house represents. Seventh house represents mostly partnership. And when Jupiter or Master reach there, what will happen? You will see there will be problems in the day-to-day affairs. There will be problem in communication. There will be misunderstandings. So, what are the benefits of this transit? You will be generous towards your younger siblings because as Jupiter is looking at this house, which is the house of your younger brothers, you will be generous towards them. But don't expect them to be generous towards you. Then the second benefit that is you will come across some new people. As it is expecting over here, you will see that you will come across some people. They might be spirituous, but that contact is temporary, not permanent. And third is the health will not bother you. Now, why health is not bothering you? Because it is expecting ascendant. Being expecting there, it will provide you some benefit regarding health. Fourth benefit is the chances of getting temporary benefits. So there will be some benefits to you. You will get some chances as it is expecting in the 11th house, being sitting over here. So you will get some chances, but these are also temporary. First, fifth last is the less chance of facing losses, thefts, because it is sitting to 12th from its own sign here. As Aries was not having benefit, but Taurus will have the benefit of this position because this house is representing theft, losses, and being 12th from here, you will free from it. You have the least chance of facing any such problem. And if we talk about the cons, the cautions that you need to take, that there are less chances for fruitful partnership. You should avoid partnership in this time. Second is the less support from the spouse. You will not get any help from your partner or your life partner. It will not go for you. Third, the depreciation in income level being sitting on the 7th house. I told you earlier, your Jupiter is over here, and wherever it sits, it gives a loss because it is a spiritual person. Spiritual person is never money minded. So there will be loss in the daily income because 7th house represents the daily income. Fourth is people you meet are temporary, you know this. And last is the lack of boldness. You will be generous towards your siblings. So this means that you will never take bold steps in regard to your contact with siblings, your contact with neighbors, and other people you might contact. These are daily people, not the new ones. Then we talk about this, the retrograde effect, that there is no fear of mishappening even during the retrograde Jupiter. Next is Gemini. Gemini, the third ascendant. So ascendant sign is Mercury, and it is also having enmity for the Jupiter. The reason you might know that Mercury is the son of Jupiter, but Jupiter is not the father of Mercury. So Jupiter is the lord of 7th and 10th house if you see the ascendant as per third Gemini. So it aspects here to the 10th house, sitting in the 6th house, then to the 12th house, and lastly to the 2nd house. So if we see briefly what is the effect of Gemini, so it is sitting in the 6th house, and 6th house represents the enemies. So the Jupiter, our master, in combination with enemy, will become a brutal master. So what will happen? You will face problems from the enemies. So what are the pros? pros are very simple, that expenditure will give good results. As you know, it is sitting over the 6th house and it is expecting to the 12th. It gives you a boost in expenditure, but those expenditure will give you fruitful results. Then there is the stability in family. It is expecting over here also with the 9 aspect. It will give a boost to your family life. Then no loss to bank deposits or account. Because of its position here, we will also consider the bank money that you save, your savings, all the savings and accumulated wealth will remain safe and will also proliferate. Then business will remain good, but it doesn't seem to be good. It will remain good. Why doesn't it seem to be good? Because it is having a 12th position from its sign. I explain you again. It is 9th sign. Sagittarius is the sign of Jupiter, and now it is coming in the 8th sign. So being at the 12th position, there will be again the problem of daily income. So you will find that your business might be running good, but you will not find it running good because you are not getting income from it. So what are the cons? The cons are strong enemy. The enemy will become strong. The Jupiter is sitting on the 6th house, the house of enemies, and whenever it sits in the 6th house, it gives boost to the enemies because it reduces the good effects of the 6th house. Then the problem related to debts, to the problem related to the tenants, and then the health problems are also there, and you will find your problems related to backbones. And then there is loss in daily income, as you sure. So problem in married life, especially for ladies, because Jupiter represents a good married life for ladies, and being sitting in the house of divorce, which is 6th house, it is not good for them. And this cruel master has retrograde effect too. There will be reduction in the daily income even during its retrograde motion. So coming to the Cancer, in Cancer it is the sign of moon, and moon is having a friendship with Jupiter. Jupiter is the lord of 6th and 9th house. When you consider it, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This there is aspect from the Jupiter to the 9th house, to the 11th house, and to the ascendant again. So Jupiter is very beneficial over here because it is sitting in the 5th position, in 5th house is considered to be the basic house of Jupiter. 2, 5, 7, 9 and 11 are considered to be the basic house of the Jupiter. So the brief thing about it is the 5th house, it is the house not here for love, already there for those who are in relationship. Because if you consider it, the Jupiter will not help in creating your new love affairs, and Mr. Jupiter in relation to this combination will give a child to you. So it is the best time for expecting children, and I will suggest that they must go for a child now. Now, what are the benefits of this transit? First is relief from enemies. You will not have to face the enemies. Second, then is come across some new people will come into your life. You have to see what you want. They will ask you, they will meet you, they will provide you full support. And then the health will remain good. Fourth is one will be debt free. You will free from any debt, any loans that you have taken earlier, you will be able to pay them. And luck will also remain good. What are the cons? There is gap in the higher, those who are in higher education, those who are continuing their graduation or post graduation, they will have to face some gaps in study. Then there is loss in love affair. You can't expect a spiritual person to have a work of love affair with your opposite partner. He is a spiritual person, Jupiter, and Jupiter will never let you fall in love with materialistic things. So it will make you fall in love with God. Then Minor relationships related to digestion, you may face some problems in digestion, and there is you will change in your spiritual aspect. You will find yourself devoted towards your karma theory, that there are birth or death cycles or these. So retrograde effect is the enemy might trouble during its retrograde effect in the April 2019. Now Leo, the lion. So the ascendant sign Sun is having friendship relation for Jupiter. Sun consider Jupiter its guru, its mentor, its teacher. So for Sun, Jupiter's order is everything. So Jupiter is the lord of 5th and 8th house in the Jupiter. And like you see here, I'll tell you 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 9th house, 9th sign which belongs to Jupiter, and then 10, 11, and 12. This 12th house is also of Jupiter. This is Sagittarius and this is Pisces. So the Jupiter rules these 5th and 8th houses in the Leo ascendant, and it aspects where it will aspect the 8th house. Its own sign is there, Pisces, and then the second aspect is towards the 10th house, and the last is towards the 12th house. The brief prediction about Leo is its 10th house aspect. You will have business if you are running a business and the Jupiter now has come here and it's aspecting your business. You are gonna get profits. You will gain a lot of profit, you will gain a lot of money, and you will see that you are getting a good career in your business. So what are the pros? That it is good for business. As I said earlier, money will be spent for business. If you want to engage your business, you have to spend money because it is aspecting the 12th house as we seen earlier. And there are chances to obtain an inheritance also, because as you see earlier, it is sitting over here and it will look at the 8th house, this 8th house. So a good aspect towards 8th house give your inheritance, your legacy. Then there is good relationship with father. 10th house represents father, and father will also help you in your task. And even you have the chances to go overseas during this transit. And then the cautions that you have to take is the less comfort in life. Obviously, when you're doing business, you're going for overseas trips, you are spending money on your business, then you have less time to rest. And then second point is property will not give much benefit. You will earn at this time, you will not be able to get any benefits from your properties. Then third is elders will demand attention. Obviously your father is gonna help you, but the elder people will demand some attention towards them because they are providing you inheritance, they are gonna give you legacy, so they want them to be cared by you. And also there will be huge expenditure. What is the retrograde effect? Is that it is good for study. For the students it will be good while it's retrograde motion. Next is Virgo. So Virgo is also the Mercury sign and having enmity for the Jupiter. So Jupiter is the lord of 4th and 7th house. Now as per we have seen earlier, 7, 8 and 9, and then 10, 11 and 12. So these two houses are this Jupiter's houses in ascendant 6. So now where it aspects? It aspects here at the 7th house, then at the 9th house, and lastly at the 11th house. So what is the brief prediction about Virgo? Virgo is having now 9th house aspect of the Jupiter. So 9th house is for travel and Jupiter aspect is there. So the combination will take you to the pilgrimage. You will go to pilgrimage and enjoy there what kind of atmosphere, the nature, everything, and it is a great thing to go there. So more pros, what we will see, it is good for marriage. Those who are who want to marry their beloved ones, they can go. And second is beneficial for partnership. You can make good partnerships at the time. You can go for partnership businesses. Third is good for long travels. It's time to go to pilgrimages, and there is a rise in income in by this transit. So cons are less boldness. Again, the Jupiter is sitting here in the third house. So while sitting here, it will reduce your boldness. Then there will be non-cordial relationship with younger siblings. You will face problem with your brothers or sisters. And third is the problem with the neighbors. Neighbors will not also like you. Then the problem in the mother's health. Your mother might be having some problem. And the last is don't go for bets and lotteries. Just avoid for lotteries, any kinds of bets, because you will face trouble then. You will have to face losses. And the retrograde effect is whenever it will retrograde, it will give a rise, a boost in your business. So today is up to Virgo. So if you find it beneficial, do comment thanks. It makes our team happy. And subscribe our channel if you like it. Like the video if you find any benefit from it. And share for the benefit of the others. And like always, I say, God bless you all.